Hello, this is an AYD League game, won by black by 12.5, so that's quite comfortable. That's close to 20 points difference on the board because white had a 6.5 Komi. So overall, this game was pretty peaceful, and at some point, there were a few heavy stones in the top for black that white didn't attack very strongly. So once black got back to safety, there was no way for white to turn this game around. So let's check it out. We have a very simple Fuseki with Shimane in the top right and a Komoko on the lower side versus 2 start points by white. White attacks the lower right corner. This could be a low approach too, but nothing wrong to play the high one. Then attach and pull back. This is a most simple Joseki black can choose, and it's absolutely fine. Now here white can consider the hanging connection in order to extend further on the side, and usually the extension should be on the third line, which is territorial. Black can approach R13, but this is not necessarily Sente. If white defends to reinforce against the invasion at R8, then yeah, the exchange is Sente for black, and now black can play a big point, but white can also ignore and play a big move like F17 or a middle side extension, and then black can follow up with the invasion. So this happens when white chooses the hanging connection and extend R11, but white decided to play the solid connection. Now, okay, finish the Joseki. Here white can still extend low on the third line at R10, it's more territorial. And when black plays a move at R12, white can just ignore. Now go for the big point like F17. Because if black comes inside, white will cover, then connect and jump out. So the group on the right side is fine, even if black will follow up with the invasion. So white decided to play high, Q10, which is more influence oriented. Black approaches the top left, that's very good. Here black can already consider the Sun invasion in both corners, but I think going for the top left corner, it's slightly better, maybe a few percent. And yeah, still very big to extend at R12. So here if white simply defends like it happened in the game, and black extends K16, white will go R13. Therefore, it was a very good idea for black to play R12 first. Now, if white defends the right side, let's say white plays something like R10, a double up, or defend at S10 in order to prevent the invasion, then black obviously will also get the extension in the top, and that's an ideal formation. So white decided to play a kick, but that's not so great. Black should simply go up. Usually against this kick, it's always good to answer. First of all, the formation in the top, it's ideal. You have a Shimari and the extension, it's 3 spaces across, and this is already giving black a nice box in the top right. And on the other hand, black prepares the invasion at R9. So this formation always has the problem when black comes inside at R9. Now, if white plays, for example, a pincer in the top, black can ignore completely and immediately go under and take away the base. So if black doesn't play a move like Q12, let's say black plays Q16 or slide in the top left corner, something to defend at F17, white should rush and immediately go for the tiger mount. Now this will give white a very nice formation on the right side and also hurt R12. If black pulls back, white can push again, threatening the Hane, then black will pull back again. So all of a sudden black is over concentrated, then white can play away. So in general, one should be very happy when the opponent plays this kind of Kosumitsuke and gives an ideal shape once you respond. So black is speeding up the Fuseki with this approach. White plays the kick, which is again questionable. Very good to stand here, then defend the corner. White could defend the corner at F3, because later on what happens, black is very happy to approach H3. But for now, black extends on the left side, a 3-space jump extension, which is ideal, very good. Now white kicks again in the top. It's possible to kick there because you get to play the pincer too, but it's also fine to play the pincer right away. Usually the way black defends the corner after the pincer is to attach, Hane, Atari connect, defend, pull back, go down, black has to come out, white peeps once and extends for a base. Then black jumps to save the group and white extends also. So white gets to make a base in the top and secure the left side, while black it's pretty low. So that's a basic pattern. Now here, obviously, white takes away the extension, can be a pincer high or even one closer. But here black play with fighting spirit. Counter attack, that's good. Now white plays a small extension and black jumps out. This is nice. Black can also go Kosumi to put more pressure on the two stones. And it's also possible to play a two-space jump. Because even if white plays a jump here and a peep, that stick, it's pretty hard to be attacked after a while. So black is actually getting strong like that and goes out faster. Anyway, one space jump, it's really bad, so just escape. Now that's a slow move for white. So first of all, white should always come back at Q12 and fix the shape here. And then those two stones in the top, it's more interesting to jump in the middle to be at the same line with F14, because now black also needs to run out or put pressure like this and connect to the stones on the left side. And that's pretty much running on neutral points. So white can push again and now play a big point on the bottom. This game would be much more balanced if something like this happens. So playing that low move is probably one of the first losing moves for white. So it's really slack. Now black finally stands here after a while. This is super big. And normally for white to secure the right side, white should play another move like P8. Because when black comes inside, then white can descend and already surround that stone. So white is still worried about the group in the top, therefore white pushes under to make a base. This is fine, but can also be ignored because the group will already leave. So for example, if black plays here and white goes Hane in the top, you can counter Hane. When Atari, you just extend either up or to the right and then decide which Ataris to play. Or for example, if you play Atari and white plays Atari, you take a Ponuki. But if you go up here and white bumps, you just Nobi like this. And there's an Atari coming from the top. If white takes, you don't care. And if white doesn't do anything, you just Atari this way. And if he connects, you Atari this way too. So that stone you can sacrifice, in fact, because white will really work hard to secure that group. But yeah, keep the pressure with the Nobi, also possible. And normally white should still come out with a horse neck into the middle. Because every time white jumps into the center, the three stones in the top are in trouble too. So black might play an attach and then a Sansan combination, or simply jump out. Ooh, white went down, threatening the connection under, prevents the Sansan invasion, but black doesn't really care. These three stones, they just need to jump one time in the middle or to the right, and it's already fine. So here black plays a very big spot. Yeah, the bottom side is large, and this move it's attacking the F4 group. And now the proper way for white to defend is simply E2. Another way is to double up at F3, and the AI style of defense is to play an attach, then go up, and then block the corner like this. Or if black plays the Kosumi, then you defend E2 as white. So you still go back to E2. Once white has E2 on the board, it's impossible for black to invade Sansan anymore. So white does another kick, which is again questionable. We've seen this many times in the game. So once here, in the top, on the left, and now on the bottom. So 4 kicks, and they are in general bad moves for white. So black simply goes up, and the threat of going inside at E3, it's still there. So white didn't really fix the corner. Also, black can invade Sansan at C3. So now white plays a shoulder hit. Now the idea with this shoulder hit is to separate the 3 stones from the left side. But here black should always push once under. Because when black plays a move like this, white will pull back, and now black has to do something with the 3 stones. So jump towards the right or go in the center as fast as you can. So another way to block here is push like this. And if white plays a Nobi, then you go Keima, threatening to separate at D13. And when white protects here, again, jump with those heavy stones to the right. This move can wait. It's a nice one to take away the base, but you don't have to allow white block at C11. I mean, if something like this happens, and let's say, yeah, this is already center for white, white can block the left side, and this feels very good. This actually happened in the game. So now black is kind of hurt. Black has to go up, which is painful. White can hane. Black needs to extend to stay safe, but it's over concentrated. And now the problem is white can peep and think about a way to surround those stones, because white being so strong on the left side, he will push that group into the thickness and try to kill it. So this was white's opportunity to get the upper hand in the game, but white kind of failed. So the block was good. Black surrounds the corner. This is the way white is trying to attack on a large scale, but it's still better to go tighter with a peep, makes the group heavy, and then try to surround everything either with a jump like this or an ogema. So this is like a net, setting up a net for that group. Playing here, it's a bit too loose, and black can simply come out. Just jump Keima or one space jump and the group will survive. This Keima is already going inside white's thickness, so it's more interesting to play something to come out. Because playing like this, white can think about a way to surround. This is a bit slow for white. On the left side, white has the clamp or the invasion. Or also Kosumi like this, then hane, and try to separate and kill more on the left. Playing just turn, okay, it makes white stronger, but black could ignore completely and come out with the group. So black pulls back, and again. Now here black has a better move, just descend, because when white hane, you can connect under, and with the descent, you're threatening the corner. So normally if something like this happens, white will fix the corner, and then the group is already safe, so now you have time to secure the top left corner. So pull back. Pullback is not sente, it's just a defense, but descent can be sente because the group in the corner is not completely safe. Now if white surrounds the top, black has this move, then a jump, and there are no eyes in the corner. And now double up to surround this group. So white is trying to escape. Here the game still looks quite comfortable for black actually. A lot of profit in this area. Hane was good. Then get ahead. And now just enclose the whole bottom side. This is the perfect spot. And white somehow it's on the run. And if white doesn't catch those stones in the top with a Keima like this, and then let's say another Keima to surround, there is no way for white to win this game. White just played a little bit loose and allow black escape with this kind of jump and the one in the top. These two moves, they don't put enough pressure on black. So black is trying to go out, but in fact here, it's better to play the attach, then on hane, go down, and when white covers, you just cut. Then white connects, you protect like this. Now white has to go out in the middle, but you push along, and then you come out. Also the group in the top is a little bit in danger, but here white can fix. Or eventually white will connect under, but black is out already, so nothing to complain. It's good to cut like that. Playing the peep, it's wishful thinking, because maybe black was hoping white will connect under, then push along, but obviously white will block here. There is nothing to cut in the top. If you play like this and you try to cut, white just connects. So yeah, this jump, which saves the group, it's important. Then separate here. Yeah, white played a bit loose again. White can continue the attack on the left. For example, this move. When black bumps, white goes up. If black jumps to the left, white will push through, push again, and the group again, it's a little bit in danger. So white jump to the right, then black separates. I'm not so sure about this peep, because you might want to use the wedge and then create two cutting points, up and down. So maybe here it's more interesting to simply push along like this and then keep the cut. Or don't play anything, come out with the group. If white covers, then invade the right side. Well, that invasion will come anyway. So a bit light. But yeah, white is separated too. Now white goes for two stones. Obviously, black can ignore that. Very good. And it's a good move to play something here. If white captures two stones, you go out. In fact, this Keima is nice. Tries to surround the three stones. Yeah, it's okay to give up some stones in the top. That's a fine sacrifice. You can also sacrifice those two. For example, if you just play Kosumi here, taking these 3 stones with a lot of surrounding territory, it's worth it. Because anyway, if white pushes through and captures 2 more stones in the top, it's not that big and it can be gotten. Now black can attack the right side. So connect. Connecting like this, it's a double empty triangle. Normally, if black connects this way, it's an empty triangle. If black connects this way, it's also an empty triangle. But taking G13, it's 2 empty triangles in one move. Now, in order to make life a little bit harder for white, it's interesting to play a tsuke like this, for example. Because what happens, if white cuts, and then you also cut, you make an empty triangle, but the group is connected, and white has to do something to save that stone. So if white pulls back, this means that black connected in center by sacrificing 1 stone. Now, if white plays here, and then you connect, there is still agi, so white needs another move. And why is that? Because if white plays away, for example, white jumps, you can attach, and this is threatening to catch the 2 stones or to get inside the left. So when white protects here or here, you just atari and catch those 2 stones. So you don't just defend and connect on neutral points. It's more like an active defense when you play a tsuke like this. Because this kind of tsuke creates a shortage of liberty. So if white cuts right away, you just hane and the stones are captured. Now when white pushes, you take them. Now when you play the bump here and white nobi and you connect, there is still some agi for white. So white needs either this move or pull back. Therefore, white is not going to finish sente. But when white plays this move and black immediately connects, that's a sente exchange for white. So think about ways to resist, either with an empty bump like this or a tsuke, one side or the other. Now, when you play the tsuke like this, white will pull back, then you gotta block. White can play here, you gotta block. But again, when he cuts, you can play a tsuke and then capture the stone. So it's a bit better to play one of the bumps. But remember the contact play and then cut. Now if white pulls back, this is sente, so now you capture the stones in the top. That's a little bit painful. The cut here is good, because the way white cuts, white is in a bad shape now. So black plays atari. Now here, black can actually pull back, and when white goes for a capture, you have the counter atari and atari from behind. If he starts a ko, you just capture, when he connects, connect under, and everything is trapped inside. So it's good to remember that technique. Now, when you play here, obviously white is not going to go out and let you capture like this. So white will try to fight back a little bit. Then, okay, black is going out. It's better to go atari. If white captures, then you fight the ko or you just extend, because the cut here is not really a problem. And if white connects, you can connect threatening the right side and then again surround the whole thing. So this push, yeah, black has to pull back, then give up a stone. The throw in and atari didn't help white. That's just losing 1 point, because black captured a stone and white gained nothing from the squeeze. I mean, it was to play atari here and save a point. The throw in, it's really not doing much for white. So push out and it's all good. Now finally the invasion to punish that shape on the right side. That's very good. Then defend. It's actually okay to connect solidly, because then you push through and cut. If white plays here, connect, the group on the left side will leave, and then you have the cut in the middle. Like this, white can try atari and damage some more. This push is good. That's fine. Here black can also bump. Nothing happens. If atari connect, if atari here, atari under, on this move, capture everything or go up and then take. But okay, it's safer to pull back, less agi. Also on this move, when this cut, atari, connect, turn. On the turn, capture, white is trapped inside. But it might be important to take away liberty, because later those 3 stones can be in danger. And also you build 1 point more in most cases. Here it was to just go back, but it's fine, atari. Connecting that stone is not so big right now. Even though, well, the group has some eye issues. D2 is big, then clamp. And of course, when white plays atari here, you can go for a ko. And if white connects, you connect under. And if white goes down to avoid the ko fight, jump. If he separates, you take the 2 stones. If he connects, you connect under and reduce more from the left side. So that's bigger then S9, but it's just endgame. And now, well, is the endgame stage, so here is better to turn, because for white it was interesting to play monkey jump in center and reduce a lot, and then play the peep. That's a better order for white, so the game could be much closer. Yeah, this doesn't do much. In fact, here black has a Tesuji to throw in, then Atari from behind and take back the 2 stones. So in the end, white damage nothing. Playing like this, white connects, but if throw in, 4 points for black. So now black barely survived twice. On this move, it's good to block here because he's threatening a cut. White needs to protect, then play some bigger move. What happened here? Ko. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's safe to stay connected. Oh, should take again. It's center. If white forces the eye, you just connect the middle, and while you capture that group, the whole dragon is safe. So white is not going to play the to force the eye, because on this move white has to capture stone. Now you have time to make twice, so that solves the problem in the top right. Ruin some more points in center. That's fine. This is okay. Everything is center here. So the flow of the game is very good for black. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, all those center moves, nice. Alright, that's Atari. Fine. Pretty solid win for black after all. But it was dangerous in the top when those stones remained a little bit heavy and surrounded. White could profit more by attacking them strongly. But once white failed this attack, it's kind of finished. So well done on this game, and better luck in the next league. Good luck with the upcoming games.